I'm once again in the kitchen of Churrascão Market Grill with Chef David, where today we're going to prepare something completely different. We're doing pork.
Yes, we are.
That's so unique.
Well, especially the combination. It's pork, potatoes, and clams.
There you go. Oh, that's. What do you call this dish?
You call it carne de porco-Alentejana.
What do you have as ingredients for today's dish?
Well, first you season the meat, and the meat is seasoned with garlic, pepper, bay leaf, paprika, salt, little white wine. You incorporate everything with your hands and leave it, a little bit of olive oil as well. You leave it for 8 to 12 hours.
That's the pork meat.
Yes, and it's cut in cubes, marinated, leave it marinated.
For how long again?
About 8 to 12 hours.
8 to 12 hours. If it's longer, it's okay? Like if I forget it overnight and do it the next day?
It should probably be better because it'll drink more wine.
And when you marinate, oh, that's the secret. And when you marinate, you should be putting it in the fridge?
Yes, you should leave the meat marinating in the fridge, covered.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right. And potatoes.
Then, yes, you prepare your potatoes. The potatoes are cut into cubes, sort of like that.
Now, besides the garlic, what is this?
That is cumin, ground cumin seed, yes.
And white pepper, bay leaf, salt, paprika. We have here something that looks like vanilla ice cream, but it really isn't. It's melting as fast as vanilla ice cream as well with the camera, with the lights.
It's pork fat, and it is used to later fry your meat.
Fry the meat. Now, do you have to use pork fat if you use something else?
You can use any oil that withstands high temperature, such as a vegetable oil. Yes, I wouldn't recommend olive oil as it burns quickly.
But you prefer to use the pork
I like the pork fat because it also renders a little bit more flavor.
Okay, well, I want to taste the finished product, and in order for that to happen, you have to start cooking for me.
Let's go at it.
Okay, so I'm sure you're going to need the shortening in order, or the
pork fat.
Pork fat, in order to be able to prepare next.
The pan has to be very hot. You put the pork fat in.
Look how fast that liquefies.
Because the pan is really hot.
Wow.
Once it starts to smoke a little, so what you want to do is you want to sear the meat. So you don't want it to sit there and fry slowly. As it sears on the outside, it keeps the juices inside.
Right.
And so you will render a juicier product. Our pan is ready because it is smoking. I like to turn off the fire so it doesn't ignite the pan. Then your meat goes in.
How long does it take to really do the meat?
If your pan is really hot, it's a matter of a few minutes.
And you have enough meat there for 3 or 4 people?
There's enough here for a good 2 portions. If they're not big eaters, 3 portions. If it's a big eater like myself, 1 portion.
Yeah, I was going to say that's enough. That's a Nellie Pedro portion. So while David is searing the meat, the pork meat, I'm going to do the potatoes. Watch this, David. I think I can handle this.
You'll do well.
I'll do well.
Yes, you will. I have faith in you.
All the potatoes, and then I just drop them in there and let them fry. Will it hold?
Just all the way in.
All the way in.
Well, while the meat is searing, I like to add just a little bit more of the cumin, even though I already seasoned it in the cumin. Cumin gives it a very distinct flavor.
So this is really a dish that really focuses on the frying process.
It is totally a fried dish.
For the whole meal.
Yes, it is.
Except for the clams, which we have to come up to as well.
We will come up to the clams soon.
Okay. I'm going to just check the potatoes to see. I think they're almost done, David. Just
they're very close to it.
Another minute or so. And what are you doing there?
Another minute. Then we add the wine.
Okay.
Add the wine to the pan.
Oh.
And remember, it's a Portuguese dish.
Yes.
Because it's a Portuguese dish, it takes quite a bit of wine. The wine is actually what's going to create your sauce.
How much wine are you putting? Like a couple of cups?
I put about 250 mils.
Okay.
So per order, you would put maybe 100 mils or so. It's up to you. I love wine, so I never really keep track of how much of it I'm using.
I love the wine too, on the food, in the glass, anywhere, as long as it gets into me.
And that's what it is meant to do.
Absolutely.
Yes.
How can you possibly appreciate it if it's just in the bottle?
So why don't we put a little bit more?
Oh,
There we go.
I'm not going to reject that. Now, the clams that you have here,
They're called little necks.
little necks.
They should be washed ahead of time. And make sure that you get rid of all the sand. There is a process. You put them in water with some salt
Yeah.
for about 24 hours, and they will open up and release the sand.
Yeah, I've done that, so that I know what to do. And then what do you do with
So we add the clams now.
because
the
everything
clams-
is boiling or something?
Exactly. And the clams are going to release the flavor that they have onto the sauce. So the idea is to spread them around. The number of clams that you use really depends on you, whether you like them or not. And if you like clams a lot, then feel free to use a lot of clams.
And how long does that take to get the clams to open up and cook?
The clams will open up and cook relatively fast, approximately 5 to 10 minutes. But you then want the sauce to reduce and to come together.
So you don't cover that dish?
I like to cover it just because it speeds up the
clam?
the steaming of the clam.
Right.
So in restaurants, we become useful with the resources that we have.
And it's
I
one
use
pan
another
cover the
pan.
other.
And this other pan will cover the other. And we create a little steamer in there.
Absolutely.
Oh, there we are.
That looks great, David.
And your sauce is starting to come together. Your clams are all open. It's ready for your potato. Take your potatoes and right into the sauce.
Do you mix it or you just leave it like that?
We will mix it, yes. I like to just put in the coriander and you incorporate it all.
Now, coriander looks very much like parsley, and then they're from the same family.
They're in the same family. They look a lot alike, but they have distinctly
distinct
different
taste,
flavors.
yeah.
Yes. But
The clams, the pork, and
that's
the
all part of the
potato.
Portuguese culture.
It's really
Everything
only
is abundant.
3 main ingredients in there.
Yes.
Pork, which
Pork.
was marinated,
Yes.
the potatoes, which was simply cut, and the clams, which were simply washed.
Exactly. This is a beautiful dish. The clams.
Okay. And I did the
Mixture.
potatoes.
Yes, you did, so I'm sure they're
I know they're
great.
perfect.
I'm sure they're great.
And some of the pork meat. And if you don't mind, I'm going to taste
By all
what
means.
you prepared, the pork meat. The pork is so tender.
It's in the searing. Nice. Thank you. Again, an easy dish that people can do at home.
Absolutely. And the potatoes were simply fried. Let me taste what it...
They go in with the sauce. They absorb
And
a
the
little bit of the
coriander.
sauce. Coriander.
The coriander is
Yeah.
the topping.
Yes.
Thank you very
Great.
much. And
My pleasure. Enjoy
I'll
it.
move on to the clams, and as usual, I always have to finish with a little bit of wine.